In this video, you will see me react, as well as showing you references from Christian prints on your screen.
When Muhammad he says, and the Muslim they will say to you, oh boy, hello,
hello.
Yes.
Yeah. I just wanna. I'm not too knowledgeable on Islam, but I would like to learn about. I want to see what you know about it.
Okay, you are a Muslim, my friend.
Yes, I'm Muslim.
Okay, what the word Muslim mean?
What'd you say?
What the word Muslim mean?
Follower of Islam.
So, I never heard of this before. It's if somebody is a Muslim, he is a follower of Islam. Where do you learn this from?
What do you mean?
I don't know, because the Quran says, you know, to be a Muslim is just you say Shahada, you don't follow Islam.
Yeah, I do, but
okay, do you believe in Islam or you are just a Muslim?
I'm a Muslim. I believe in Islam.
Okay, you see, this is what I'm saying. The Quran says that's you don't need to be a believer to be a Muslim. All what you need to do is you do Shahada. You say Shahada, and that will make you a Muslim. Is that right?
I don't know, but I was born as a Muslim, so I'm not really educated in Islam. So
okay, well then I will not go heavy with you as long you do not know. But you see, do you think your prophet, you know what Islam is about?
Yeah, I do know what Islam is about, a little bit, not too much.
And you know. Okay, I thought, okay, so what do you know about Islam? I will go with you. What do you know about Islam? What is Islam? Listen to me from Skype, not from YouTube. Please mute your YouTube so you don't have two sounds.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so I know like that Muhammad was the last prophet.
Okay, can you give me a prophecy Muhammad he said? Because a prophet is somebody give a prophecy, right?
Yeah.
What is the prophecy Muhammad he said? Where in the Quran I find a prophecy for him? I have all the Quran in front of me. So if I say someone is a prophet, then he made a prophecy. What is the prophecy?
The prophecy. I'm not sure. I'm not really knowledgeable in this stuff, so I just wanted to know.
But how you say, my friend? You say I'm going with you. How you say he's a prophet, but you never heard that he have a prophecy? Because in order to call you a prophet, you have to prophesy. As I know, in the whole Quran, there is no true prophecy of Muhammad. I will give you. I will help you. I will help you. I will help you and show you a prophecy Muhammad he said, and you help me together, me and you, to think about it. Is that good?
Yeah. Okay. I'm listening.
In the Quran, it says that the judgment day is near, and the moon is split.
Yeah.
اقتربت الساعة وانشق القمر. Chapter 54, verse number 1. Okay, that verse saying that the moon is split and the judgment day is near. So this is a prophecy, right? A guy saying judgment day is near. Actually, it doesn't say near. It says اقتربت الساعة, which means it's almost there in the corner. Okay. Now, when Muhammad he said the moon is split and judgment day is near, that's mean he is telling us about something very, very, very soon is going to happen, which is judgment day, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, but judgment day did not happen since 1400 years ago.
Yeah.
So that is a false prophecy.
Well, no, it isn't. But
what do you mean?
Maybe that's your opinion.
My friend, if I say to you, read with me. This is a Muslim translation. The hour, the judgment, is night, which means very, very close, and the moon is a cleft asunder. So Muhammad reporting to us what? That judgment day is already started. Here we go. The moon split. Muhammad he saw the eclipse. He claimed that this is judgment day. Something big happened at that time, which is big eclipse. And Muhammad he think that this is a sign of judgment day. So now he said to his followers, the moon is split asunder and judgment day, that's it, it's in the corner. But that was 1400 years ago.
Is that supposed to be a bad thing?
Well, if I say to you now that tomorrow we will have snow, and then 10 years after there's no snow, don't you think this is I was lying about what I said? I claim to be a prophet. No. I claim to be a prophet, prophesying about what will happen tomorrow, and then nothing happened for the coming 1400 years.
How do you know nothing happened?
Well, judgment, the judgment day happened. He's saying
No.
judgment day is so did not happen. He's saying judgment day is almost there. So it did not happen. So it was a lie. How we call him a prophet when he said that judgment day is almost on the corner, and he said that 1400 years ago.
What about he was talking about? What if he was talking about Judgment Day
It's
for
in
a
front of you, my
different
friend. It's my no judgment.
war,
No,
maybe?
no, my friend. It says judgment day. Judgment day. It's judgment day. This is why the moon is split, because this is not a normal day. This is judgment day. Sa in the Quran, when you say sa, you know, that's mean the hour of the judgment day.
Oh, okay, I see now.
Yeah. So what do you think? Muhammad is a prophet?
Yeah, he's still a prophet.
Why? He just made a lie. He just said the judgment day is in the corner and nothing happened for 1400 years.
Which verse is this?
This is the chapter of the moon, verse number 1. By the way, guys, he's going to look for the verse, but during the time he's looking, you know, I received messages from Allah, and I think I'm a prophet. I think there's a lot of women, they will have their period next month. And I heard that there is somebody in Fox News will say news. This is a prophecy.
Was it chapter of the moon, verse 1?
Yes, verse number 1. Go ahead.
In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how is that supposed to be Judgment Day?
But it says Judgment Day, verse number 1. The hour of the judgment is night, and the moon is a cleft asunder.
Can't find that here, but yeah.
What are you reading? What are you reading? What translation you are reading?
Genesis 1.
Chapter 54, verse number 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Al-Qamar, Al-Qamar.
The hour has drawn near, and the moon has been cleft as under.
Perfect.
Yeah, what's that supposed to mean?
Well, the hour is the judgment day. I'm not asking you to read the Bible. Why he's reading the Bible? You were reading the Bible? No. I said to you, read the chapter of the moon.
Yeah, that's what I was reading.
Yeah, well, they are telling me you are reading the Bible. I don't know what they are talking about. No, guys, he's not reading the Bible. He's not reading the Bible. What are you talking about? The guy is searching the Quran. Yeah. So chapter 54, verse number 1. The hour of the judgment is nigh, and the moon is a cleft asunder. Now, Muhammad he claimed here to be a prophet, and he prophesied about judgment day is in the corner, and that was 1400 years. And he claimed that this is the start of judgment day. It's not just coming; it started because the moon split.
Oh, see.
So what do you think? How Muhammad can be a prophet? He cannot be a prophet. He's not telling the truth. You can't be a prophet and you lie.
No, it's not a lie, but you don't know what happened on that day.
What happened? What happened, my friend? What friend? You see, if I say to you, who is the one who's talking there? This is Allah, correct? Allah talking.
Yes.
Okay. If Allah is saying that judgment day is coming and soon, very soon, and it's in the corner, and here we go, I split the moon. And Muhammad said that Allah told him that, and then we find that this has never happened. That's mean there's no Allah and there's no Muhammad is not telling the truth.
So why didn't those believers leave their religion?
What they are leaving, they are leaving. If you give them a chance to leave, there's many people who find out the truth. But if you live in the Middle East, they will kill you if you leave Islam.
But there wasn't that many followers in that time. So.
My friend, yeah, didn't you hear about the war of apostate? The same day Muhammad he died, tons of thousands of people left Islam the same day, not even second day. So Abu Bakr, he made a war. It's called the war of apostate. You did not hear of it? You can go right now, search on Google. Okay, go in Google, search.
When did they write this verse, or when was this whole page? Was the Quran sent down?
My friend, it doesn't matter where it's sent. Based on what we have, Muhammad he said that 1400 years ago. So he received it during his lifetime. It might be the first day, it might be the last day, who care? But after 1400 years from that date, nothing happened. It's a false prophecy. Let me ask you,
Yeah, but you don't. Yeah.
what is your education? Do you go to school, my friend?
Yeah.
Okay, what is your education, if you don't mind to tell me?
Education. What do you mean?
Yeah, like what school you study?
What I study?
Do you have a degree,
Oh,
or you are in school now? What?
yeah, I'm in school.
Okay. Do
I'm in college. College.
you are in college? That's wonderful. Okay, let me ask you a question. Where the sun set?
When the sun sets.
Where the sun set? The sun, where the sun goes every day. When the sun set, where it goes, where it disappears? Do you know?
I don't know. Space.
You don't know. How old are you, my friend?
16.
16?
Sun sets.
16 you are?
Yeah, I'm not,
Okay.
I don't understand what you're trying to say.
I'm asking you, when the sun set in the school, what they taught you? The sunset, you know? We have no
Yeah, sunset.
yeah, the sunset.
Yeah,
We
what
have the
about?
sunrise and the sunset. Okay. When the sunset,
Yeah.
where the sun goes, do you know? Do really the sunset? Is it real like the sunset, or this is the earth is going around itself? So we think the sun is setting.
Oh yeah.
So this is what happened, right? But your prophet, he claimed that the sun goes every day and sleep under the throne of Allah.
I don't know. And that's what I'm trying. That's why I came to you. I just want to see what you think about your opinions. I just want to see, learn on your opinions and that. I don't really know that much.
Yeah, but
So
you see, this I'm telling you my opinion. Obviously, Muhammad can't be a prophet, because why he's telling us something is absolutely false. That the sun goes every day from point A to point B, when the sun is not going anywhere. It's the earth going around itself, and that would generate the day. It's not the sun. So by Muhammad saying that the sun is goes, and he's trying to explain to the Muslims that the sun is moving from here to there, and this is how it happened, the sun set, obviously, you know, he's lying, right?
well, I'm not gonna say it's lying. Like for Christianity, I won't say the Bible's lying because I don't know. Like
my friend, you can say no problem. You
I
can say
respect Christians.
no,
You know, I respect
my
Christians.
friend.
I won't
Don't
just go to them.
no, my friend, listen. Forget about the word respect. Respect is a kind of hypocrisy, because if somebody believe in wrong, why you want to respect the wrong? Don't respect me if I'm wrong, please. It's okay. Don't, you know, we are talking about belief, not about a person. I respect you as a person, but your belief is not you. So respect have nothing to do with our conversation here. We are talking about facts. And you know, soon you will be an adult man who will have your own house, you will have your own decision, you will be responsible for your life. So now, when Muhammad, he said the sun goes every day and set in that place, he did not tell the truth. Do you agree?
I don't know. Maybe.
No, not maybe. I mean, you can search in Google right now, and you go to college. You told me the sun does not go anywhere. The day and the night does not happen because the sun is moving, because the earth is going around itself. So how he said that? It's obviously it's a lie. So Muhammad, he cannot be a prophet, but yet he's liar. Prophet should not lie. Prophet should not claim that he have knowledge coming from God, and then he give us something like this, right?
I'm not. I'm not Orthodox Muslim, so I'm just like a secular.
My friend, it doesn't matter if you are Orthodox or Muslim. I'm not talking to you if you are Orthodox or my friend.
You're serious, deeper into religion, so
no. See, my friend, I'm speaking to you as a smart person who have a brain. Who care about if you're Orthodox Muslim or not? I'm talking to you. You are a human. You are a man. You are a person who have a brain. You can think. You are not like we are not animals. Me and you, we are not animals. We are not a cow who exists just to eat some grass and sleep. We have a brain. So Muhammad here is saying that the sun every day goes and sleep under the throne of Allah, and he is trying to explain here how the sun set. He's making it clear. Do you know what the sun said? Once I was with the Prophet in the mosque. At the time of the sunset, the Prophet said, "Oh Abu Dhar, do you know where the sun set?" I replied, "Allah and his apostle know best." He said, it goes prostrate underneath Allah's throne, and that Allah statement, and the sun runs in its fixed course in the term of degree, and that was from chapter 36 verse number 38, which means Muhammad is quoting Quran for you, trying to prove a point that Allah told him that every day the sun goes and sleep under the throne of Allah, and that's supposedly explanation of the Quran. How you can believe in this?
I don't know. I've never read the Quran, so.
Yeah, but you see, I'm trying to help you here. You know, you are. I can tell you are a nice person. You are from a good family. You see, I can tell the person he have a spirit. You are speaking with respect. You are not a rude person. You know, I welcome you here, and I'm glad that you call me. But I want you to use your brain. A smart person like you should investigate things. Don't take what I say to you. Maybe I'm not telling the truth. You know, check it out. You see, I'm showing the hate in the screen. How Muhammad is a prophet, but yet he says such a thing? It doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of the Muslims saying to you, like, you know, your Muslim friends and you are a Muslim, they are saying to you that the Quran have scientific miracles before?
Nope.
You never heard the Muslims saying that to you, that they have scientific miracles? No. No.
No.
Oh,
I think
okay.
they're just like they just act normal. They don't really go deep to religion. So.
Okay. Well, what do you think about going to heaven and we will have a lot of girls waiting for us? You like that?
Oh, what?
The Islam, Muhammad, he taught that when we go to heaven, Allah now is preparing for us women who they are waiting for heaven, for us in heaven, and they are naked for sex, ready for sex. And not only that, Muhammad, he said that Allah will take him 1,000 years to soften the skin of every of those girls. What do you think about that? Allah take him 1,000 years softening the skin of every female. Do you think this is possible?
I don't know. No, I don't think
why
so.
Allah? Why Allah is God, but yet
Did they actually say that, or
yeah, Muhammad he said that why Allah he is God, but yet he is so slow to soften the skin. I mean, what kind of woman she is? She is an alligator. Why I need 1,000 years to soften her skin? I can go to the pharmacy, buy some Vaseline. After 2 weeks, her skin will be nice. 1,000 years to soften every woman's skin. So we have billions of women. How long is going to take Allah to fix those women? And why he did not create them with soft skin right away? I mean, why he is making them concrete skin and then he want to soften the skin? Isn't it him? He is the one who made them?
well, it doesn't matter if you're. It doesn't matter about looks for a human being. Every human being should be loved. So it doesn't matter if he's
this is not, my friend. This is not the point. The point is Allah he will create for you in the heaven special kind of women just for sex, and then he says to us that Allah he himself he will soften their skin.
What? Sex?
Yeah, for sex. Don't you know they call them the hur?
No, I don't know which verse this is from.
Yeah, well, this is what Quran says, and not only that, the Quran says that those women they will have a private part which nobody have a park his car there. You know, they are not used, brand new parking lot. So those women.
Is this in the Quran?
Yeah, this is in the Quran. You do not know?
No, I don't.
Okay, what if I show you in the Quran? What do you think? Do you want me to show you?
Yeah, I want to see it.
Okay, no problem. You have a Quran with you in front of you, or you are using the internet?
I'm using the internet.
Okay, go to chapter 50. Go to chapter 55, my friend, verse number 56.
Chapter
55, 56, 55, 56.
55, chapter 55.
56.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, what it says there?
So chapter 55. Was it chapter 55?
Yes, 55, the verse number 56.
It's giving me some different verses.
No problem, take your time.
Wait, let me go on to the Quran.
Did you find it?
I'm still looking for it. It just taking some time.
Okay, no
So
problem.
verse.
No problem.
So what was the verse again? 56.
My friend, focus with me. Chapter 55, verse number 56. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm reading.
All right.
Yeah, I can see it.
What it says there.
In these gardens will be mates of modest gaze, being neither man nor invisible, being will have touched ere then. Yeah, what's that? What is that supposed to mean?
Really, what touch? What touch mean? Does it really says touch?
Touched, yes.
Well, it says nobody go inside their vagina. It doesn't say touch. It says in Arabic, لم يطمثهن إنس قبلهم ولا جان.
I don't know. I'm reading from some website called Islamic City.
Yeah, I understand. No problem. But you see, they are even lying. They're trying to be more polite. The Quran doesn't say that. The Quran say clearly that those are women who they are never been touched. The word never been touched is about they never had sex with anyone, and their vagina is still brand new.
It doesn't say that here.
Well, it says there. No, it says. I don't know why you don't see it. Well, anyway, there's many translation, my friend, and you will see that those translation they are providing you. Let me show you in the screen. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, read with me carefully. This is Halali Khan. It says, wherein both will be those between two bracket medians restraining their gallants upon their husbands, whom no man or genie yatmuthahunna, this is the word in Arabic, and between two bracket has opened their hymens with sexual intercourse before. Do you see it?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, what kind of God he say that to us? He describing what is inside the vagina. Why God he need to tell me what is inside the vagina of the woman if somebody touched her vagina before or not? Somebody put his finger there or not?
Where is this? Where are you reading this from? I'm not sure. I don't think
this is the translation. This is QuranX.com.
QuranX.com.
Yeah. Why God he say such a thing? I mean, what kind of God?
I don't think that's right, because like it could be edited or
no, my friend, this is Quran. This is a Quran Arabic. This is how it is in Arabic. This is QuranX.com. This is your Islamic website.
How do you know it's reliable? I don't think it's reliable.
I assure you that there is nothing in Islam is reliable. This is not the question. The question is, I don't need to read the translation. I have it in Arabic. I speak Arabic. Arabic is my first language. This is what it says. So what do you think? Do you think really through good God he will say that to us? He will say to us, I will give you a brand new vagina so you can play with it, and the vagina nobody play with it, and it have wax on it, and no genie, no human. What genie? Genie they will play with the vagina of the women too? What kind of God this God is? What do you think? I mean, to be honest with you, I'm so happy that Allah is giving me details about the vagina. I mean, I'm so I was worried, man. I was worried that the vagina maybe it is refurbished. I don't want.
Why does it explain it different here than in the one you're reading from, the Quran X website?
Because different translation. There's many translators that are trying to hide the disgusting words, but this is what it says in Arabic.
No, I think that's edited, or maybe I don't know.
Well, you have to check it out. For me, I proved. I am sure it's not edited. This is how it is. This is the truth. Do you have anyone of your family speak Arabic?
No.
Okay. Do you?
Kurdish.
Kurdish. Oh, you are a Kurdish. Okay. But as long as you are a Kurdish, then you can ask somebody. I'm sure somebody of your family can find somebody speak Kurdish. You can go to a dictionary and search for the word tamth. Tamth is it means a woman bleeding. So the Quran is saying that she did not lose. When a woman she have sex for the first time, she will bleed. So what the Quran is saying to us, that there's no man, there's no genie made her bleed from the first intercourse, describing the skin inside the vagina, that it's brand new and nobody break it yet. What do you think? Do you think this is really a religion?
I don't know which one to believe, like, because they're both different. Why would they change it?
Yeah, my
I don't
friend,
think they'll do.
my friend. Okay, I give you that. I want you to take notes and check it out and see if I am telling the truth or not. If I am not, don't believe me ever again. Is that fair, guys? This gentleman is a very nice guy, all right, and he is searching for the truth. And here we go. I give you the reference. You are smart. You can go right now and search and check it out. What really the real meaning in Arabic is for that? You will see this is the real meaning. The word in Arabic is yatmuthahunna, tamth. You know, you can ask anyone who speaks Arabic, can you please just show me this word, what this word mean? Let us see. You can go to any Islamic website and post for them the sentence and says what is the real translation of this, and you can post for them this and this and this, which one is the most accurate. I'm not lying to you, my friend. People are watching me by hundreds, and if I am lying, people will make fun of me. This is what it says, right?
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, my friend, for me, if I am you, I will think carefully. You know, you are a person who is going to be, you will have a future, you will have a family. You wouldn't want to waste your time with such a cult promising you vagina and long penis. I mean, this is disgusting. This is stupid. This is not you. This is not you. This is not me. This is not your family. This is not your history. We cannot believe in such a garbage. God is not a pimp who works in Las Vegas. We need to find for who is decent, the one who teach us something noble, something have a value, something have about real love, something about real existence of God. God is not a pimp who provides us vagina and long penis. That is an insult to God, you know. Anyway, I have a guy wanna call me. Let me call him, and maybe he can clarify those things for you. His name Adamu Bakri. He's from Nigeria, as a Muslim. All right.
Okay.
All right.